We got you on the show today because you've been away for a while, not really doing shows together so much, and now you're kind of... We've seen a few things where you've been announced and you're doing more shows together now.
We're back!
You're back. You know what I mean? Don't say back, baby. We're back. You back?
It was never gone, really and truly.
It's having a rest.
Yeah. You know,
had the week off, just turned into a bit longer.
Siesta, you know.
Yeah. All right, so what we want to do is, for the people at home, we want to just kind of start at the beginning, yeah? So give us a kind of breakdown. What is Heartless and how did it start?
Wait, Heartless Crew is originally a sound system, you know, and like we started from back in like the 90s. When I say 90s, I mean the early 90s, like 92, 93, them times they were in school basically when we come with this, where Bush can come with this idea to start a sound system, you know what I mean? Them time we had about maybe 10 records between us, you know, but the enthusiasm was there, the passion was there, and we was looking up to sound systems like Bodyguard, Kilimanjaro, Stone Love, Metro Media. For the people that don't know, those are Jamaican sound systems. So Heartless Crew was originally modelled off of like a sound system where you have a DJ, a selector, the person that brings the tunes, a mic man, and box boys. Only the thing, and basically you need to have a sound system. You can't just like turn up with your records like our DJs do nowadays. You have to have your own amp, your own mixer, your own CD players, your own speakers. So when someone wants a party, you're turning up with your sound system as opposed to your record box. So that's how Heartless Crew started. We was about 13, 14 at the time when we had the idea. By about 15 we had our own sound system, and yeah, by about 17 we went onto a radio station one day, took all our records with us, wholly for 7
and your sound system as well.
we almost did, you know what I mean, but we took like about a good 4 or 5 record boxes, yeah, okay. Big 12-inch record boxes. For the people that know, massive, yeah. The radio station guys, they looked at us and said, "Where the flip you going with this? This is a pirate radio. You're not meant to let people know that we're here." You know what I mean?
Because back in the day, it would be like you're not allowed to the radio station with an actual record bag. You have to mask that.
Exactly.
Turn up with a cardboard box and full up. So you've turned up with like
the full size system. we was ready to play the whole night. If they said that's it, no more DJs coming to play, you man deal with it. We would have said no problem, mate.
All right.
So from that, they said, you know what, you can't carry as much records. So we was thinking, how are we gonna do that then, basically? So you know what, we split the show half and half at the time, half a mixture R&B bashment, the other half garage. So we said, you know what, let's just play a show of garage and maybe do a show of mixture every other week. Was thinking, but then we ended up doing one show of garage and that was it. We never actually got back to doing any mixture shows again. So that's how Heartless Crew started the Mission FM. That was like 1998.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So just to go backwards a step, yous all was in the same school together. Was you all together at the very beginning?
So Fonty and Bush went school together. They went Holloway Boys. Yeah. And I met Fonty in college. So that would have been Islington sixth form, Holloway Road.
So it kind of got set up. You had the idea, but then you met Mo after, and then Mo was kind of like part of it, and then it got going.
Yeah, there was other members as well. Back in the days, it was, you know what I mean. It was bigger than 3 people. But as it stands, the 3 man that you see here today,
it's a bit like Destiny's Child.
Nucleus.
Yeah, exactly like Destiny's Child, in fact.
All right. You was rolling around London doing a few shows, and you was building more and more of a fan base, and you kind of went on to start playing at the bigger dances. So what was the kind of dances that you would have been starting to headline and stuff like that? Where was it? Because you know, like you just mentioned
Cream of the Crop.
That was Leisureland. Yeah. So it's like that was kind of like it was like a big dance, but then there was like all these other ones. So what are the other ones that yous was like, actually these were the popping dances back then?
Well, I was going to say still, apart from the Mission FM birthday bash, which was one of the first big dances, I said we played that again after the launch party. Because of our technique and style that we got the Crisp Biscuit, the managers of the station decided to do a rave called the Crisp Biscuit, and people thought it was our rave, and that was just jam. We did the 3 of them, I think, Crisp Biscuit Gold, and maybe another one as well. Those were like some mad things before the likes of La Cosa Nostra and them guys they was handing, because they see how we butt up them Crisp Biscuit raves there with something else.
So was Crisp Biscuit not your dance?
Nah.
shocking. Because everyone would think that Crisp Biscuit was yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was. We branded it. We did the advert and sort of.
But you just got 50 quid.
Give it the stamp.
Well, it was a bit more than 50 quid at the time there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because I come from the same thing. I know how it was when it's like
you know that, innit,
people don't want to pay the money back then. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. Now, but big up to everybody. As far as I can say, well, we're putting in the money, so you know.
So you done that, and then you went on to play like La Cosa Nostra, Garage Nation, Exposure, Sun City.
Yeah.
You've done all of these. And at this kind of stage now, like Garage was at its like probably its peak, and probably going over the edge a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like kind of yous would have entered the game, we would have been doing things
bit behind us.
Yeah. All right. But it's like it was kind of a transition now. It's gone from like just garage songs and very four to the floor kind of like US sound and stuff into kind of the two-step thing, and then over into kind of like more going away from like, because they were still around like the Creeds and that, but now we're getting into like actually people like MCs having lyrics that we would have experienced from like kind of jungle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you kind of brought that to the table as well. Do you know what I mean? It was like you had actual bars. It wasn't just like let's just host a set now. It was a collective of music and lyrics. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of transitional period. And then I suppose from there, it went on to become something else. So you started becoming more powerful in the situation, right?
Yeah.
So how was it for you being like actually like the people that you would have been above you, now you're above them?
I don't think we looked at it like that still. I didn't anyway, you know what I mean? The people you look up to, you always look up to them. You don't look at them like, oh, I'm better than you now.
Yeah. So you always had like a peace and you always be say the thing with you, like what I always notice is you always say peace and love and something else. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on anything, but you know what I mean. But the thing with you is what I noticed was that you would talk about peace and love and all of this, but you would still be kind of in the kind of clashing thing.
Yeah, you know what, that comes from the setup of a Jamaican sound system, which is like they've always got their dubs like there if need be, but they're there to like entertain the girls and make you have a good party. But then if someone does call out their name, they've always got a dub lined up ready basically to kill. So
you went from doing the club shows in London and then all around the country, and then you become another thing that you done was becoming quite big in Iron Apple. So when we was younger, Iron Apple was like every summer it was the place. You know, like it's like people go IB from there, and but it will be when we was young in kind of 2000 and 2001, it will be like Iron Apple, right?
Garage and Iron Apple as well. Hand in hand. So you've done Gas Club in Iron Apple every week, yeah? 2002 we did Gas Club.
Oh, is it?
And we did
free Gas Club.
Two.
No, free.
There we go. Look.
Free.
Bush. 2 or 3 Bush.
I remember 2 and 3.
2000 was Spot Club. 2001 was like Pizzazz and Ice.
And 2002 was also Pizzazz and Ice
For
again.
real?
Yeah, it was. And then Pizzazz closed in 2003, and that's when we went Gas Club.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember with Georgie boy, innit?
Yeah, that's your boy.
Such a boy.
So how did it come about with you landing on the island and getting into the kind of swing of things there?
Fonto?
Well, that's a mad one, you know?
Mikey Zoo tried to holler you first, innit?
Yeah, Mikey Zoo. In fact, it was Mikey and Peter, in fact. Yeah, they asked me to come out to Iron Up. I remember that story. So they asked me to come out to Iron Up in 1999. But they only want me to come by myself and not with Bush and Mo. And at the time, we didn't take bookings separately at all. But this was like going to be an exception. But the guys later declined after agreeing previously. I decided... And then I had to tell them I told between my legs I can't go this year. But what happened is the next year after that, they took us out there for the first time. And as soon as we played in La Cosa Nostra at the Spot Club in 2000 was our first year out there, literally tore the island up. Like all DJs was in there as well as ravers and stuff like that. And people actually felt like, nah, they've seen something. Like a lot of people heard about us. Like some people have got tapes and stuff like that, pirate radio and stuff like that. But this is the first place where people from all over England, Birmingham, Leicester, Manchester, wherever, they was all in Iron Apple at the same time, and everyone got a taste of that, and it was hot stuff.
it wasn't just Pay As You Go and Heartless. There was a part where it's like you had something with Soul Solid as well. So how did it start?
Because we're there first, they want to like try and knock us off, innit? So think if we take them out, then we'll be number one, innit? That kind of vibe. So we're defending our title, defending our position.
So did you feel like that as well, Bush?
I think that's kind of what it was basically. Like we're in pole position and everyone obviously wants to take out the number one guys basically. I like to me the initial thing, what triggered it for me is Major Ace was biting some of my lyrics directly, and I confronted him, you understand, as a man. I said, yo G, boom boom boom, you hit me, this ain't really the done thing, you hit me. And man was like, oh cool bruv, where, you hit me. And the man catch him doing the same thing again.
So what happened when you had that conversation with him? It was just like
it was fine. It was good. It's good, nice, good. Like
in fact, to be honest with you, it was kind of fine. I don't think, because I was there in a conversation, and I remember like it was kind of fine, but at the same time, I don't know, like maybe the way how Bush maybe never didn't recognize this, but how he said whatever he's saying to him, I think Major Ace maybe took it slightly intimidating and felt that he had to kind of
defend himself.
Front it a bit. Because when I was kind of speaking to him before, he never seemed as like you had to front himself. But by the time Bush said what he was saying, it seemed like he had to put more of a front. And you know when you get a little sour taste in your mouth, basically, because I think the bottom line of it is, I think Major Ace rates Bushkin. That's it, and we all do this, like just like we rate enough people. I rate Major Ace, I rate enough MCs out. You get me? You don't have to be too proud to say you rate a man, you know. And sometimes you might like something so much, you might accidentally just copy a bit of it. You know, sometimes
you might do it on purpose though.
You don't do it. Sometimes you can do it on purpose. You might directly take a little piece of that and whatever. Like, but to be honest with you, there's no rule to this game. You know, I see people doing cover songs all day long. They're basically, it's actually a compliment when someone copies you. You get me? Basically, it's the greatest form of flattery if someone copies your style. So you're not gonna copy somebody you don't like. You know what I mean? Basically, so I took it a kind of way where it's like he maybe done it intentionally or unintentionally, but either way, it needs to be acknowledged. Yeah. But I think the way how it got acknowledged in the end, it kind of ruffled his feathers a little bit, and then maybe just thought to himself, okay then, like he seemed alright at the time, but like I said, when your feathers are ruffled, you come back another time, and you know what I mean, basically. So as Bush said, he was carrying on doing saying that same lyric, because there was one lyric we had Bacardi Breezer in there. I can't remember exactly how it went. I don't know if he took the whole line or the word or whatever, but it was a blatant line that Bush had, and people was like, oh, my man's got, it was more, you know, people hype up, oh, my man's got, and when you hear it yourself, you're like, oh, that is very similar or more along the same. It's bait. You get basically. You have to
don't play it down.
You know? all right, cool. At the time there, it was a blatant like, oh, you're biting. You know what man are like when you're copying the next man's style. They don't really like it. So, but it didn't really get dealt with in a kind of way, whereas like civilized people, because you're young them time, we're teenagers them time, the end of our teenagers, so you don't really deal with it in the same kind of way. And what happened is, after that, when he's carrying on doing this kind of thing, and now it's getting into like more of an animosity, because you've spoken to somebody and now they're still going and doing something in it, basically. So it's like, in a way now we're getting a bit upset, angry ourselves now, basically. So when we actually bucked up in a dance, and that was in Temple, called Rumble by Nicky Slim Ting, then that was like the first sickle kind of buck up with like Bush and Major.
So I was DJing at that.
Was you DJing that time? Oh my gosh, great. And the thing,
and Slim as well. So I remember that, because me and Slim and that was at the top bit, and then we could see some kind of, we couldn't really figure out what was going on, but it's like I could see Mo moving around, but then it's like Plague and Ace and that was with it, and we were just like, what's going on down there? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and that was the kind of first time that from our side we had experienced the thing of like, is there something weird going on here? Do you know what I mean? So that was kind of like, I still don't really know what was happening down there. Do you know what I mean? On the stage. Yeah,
that was actually the backlash of that conversation.
Okay,
you know what I mean, that didn't have to happen. All Major Ace had to, he acknowledged the fact of that. Something about the lyric, because I remember hearing that and seeing that myself. He actually acknowledged that. Okay, I hear what you're saying. So you just think if someone's saying the hell you're saying, they're gonna stop doing it or go around it, but he was actually directly still trying to now be wrong and strong, as what they might say.
But like, being truthful, Bush, you probably liked it, you probably liked the thing of like, actually someone's doing this and we're in a kind of a little bit of a battle now, and it's like, because if you come from sound system culture and you like clashing, it's like, it gives you a reason to have this thing. So there must have been a part of you that was like, I'm quite into this.
Yeah, man, he loves it, man.
He loves it. No.
Yeah, man, I love a clash.
I mean, It was what it was, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, man was going through the motions. It was. I can't say I loved it. I didn't love it. Like what I didn't love was that he was biting my lyrics. So that had to get dealt with basically at the time. So. I mean, yeah, that's what it was. I mean, you know what it was? Well, probably I would have loved it more, but being a trio, there was a time when User was really going like fully hard against us. And I'm saying to the man, man, have to and straighten up and let's go back at them. Yeah, and the man was saying, no, leave it. Really and truly, being a team player, I didn't really love it because man had to hold the orders as a team.
It seems like there was like some miscommunication between everything that was going on, because that thing happened in Rumble, and then from our side of things, it was completely gone. We forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? We weren't like a big topic of conversation or anything. It was it was gone. And then I think in between that and something else that we done, you had something with So Solid. There was like a day where you had something with So Solid.
That's right.
So what was that? Because I wasn't there at that one.
That was a setup.
How did it go down, Mo?
So we were given a booking, and then when we've seen the flyer for the booking, it's like us versus So Solid. It's like Freak versus Delight.
Okay.
Delight, the radio station from South. What So Solid
was on Freak that time.
So they had all different Freak DJs versus all different So Solid Delight FM DJs.
Yeah.
So
and then we was the top headline, Heartless v So Solid. But we were saying to them that, well, we're not turning up. We ain't been booked for a clash, basically, because we had principles with our thing. Yeah, it's not just we turn up clash anyone willy nilly. Yeah, So we had principles. We're like, well, we ain't been booked for a clash. Yeah, and it's false advertising. We're not turning up.
Did you turn up?
We did turn up in the end.
We had another gig that night, so we done that gig, and then we come there to collect a cancellation fee.
We wanted some peace.
And did you go on? Didn't go on.
Well, we've gone in there. We've just gone in there as ravers, and we're just sort of seeing what's going on and listening, and then them slating us, like calling out our name and whatnot. It was like, go and get the records, man.
As long as the guy get the records, I was still saying to myself, now we got to stick to our guns, man. They can't really rope us into a clash like this. You know what I mean? And it took quite a bit of
persuading.
Yeah, like, you know when you're just saying stick to your guns, like, no, you can't, like, you know when someone's trying to cuss you to make you angry, you're just refusing to get angry. But then, like, I heard them play the Courtney melody, like, Dangerous. They played that, like, for people that don't know, basically, like, that's one of the trademark tunes that Heartless play. Anytime we come, Dangerous. They played that tune. Let it play for about 2.5 minutes. I couldn't believe it in a garage dance. No one ever done that before. You get basically like that was that part of our trademark, what we do, like playing different styles. When they did that, it didn't take much persuading after that to get the records. You know what I mean? And then the Annihilation was quite quick as well. Took about 5 minutes.
So you got your records and went on?
Yeah.
And then how did it go down?
Boy.
Yeah, man, the man went into a frenzy, innit, man?
It was mad. It's obviously, don't mind, don't know that, but we'll come prepared for clash. So first we give them some dub plates from some West London man, Mikey Young Guns and Sweetie Irie. You know what I mean? Acapella alone was making the crowd go mad. Then we come with a tune like which is we tailor-made from that tune that goes Wicked Blood. You know that one there? Yeah. Tailor-made that to fit. That dropped on the bass line, Mo doing his... Oh, sorry, before even that, Bushmaster did an acapella EMC's Alive as well, just for seasoning. Okay. And that it's like tour over the place. Like, we ain't even played no tunes yet, and already the crowd's got like 2 forwards. Played that tune, Mighty Mo come with some lyrics, and he did some thing there to... He did some naughty... The thing is about clash, yeah, what you have to remember is that if you get serious in clashes, like in football, if you get serious and start fighting, you get sent off. Yeah. Ain't about that. Put your skills in the game. Let me see your skills. Bend up a man, nutmeg a man, score overhead kick, top corner, and kind of thing. That's how you get your own back, you understand? So Mighty Mo kind of like did some kind of lyric, went to give the mic to the Trino. He went to take it, took it back, and carried on with his lyric. It was just the timing was just it made the crowd just go crazy, yeah. And then I played my kind of direction back, the Super Beagle. They play Courtney melody, so I played the Super Beagle back and get me. I like that song, boy, I get that so tonight. Yeah. Done. After that,
game over.
It was when I say to you, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah. I started to get a bit scared because I saw so much people going mad. Like, I don't know whether they was cheering, fighting, or whatever. But we've got enough responses in our days here. But that's the first time I've got a response where I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it didn't last for like about 10-15 seconds like it usually does. It calms down. This was going on for like a good minute and still
It kicked off.
Well, I don't know. Some people were cheering. I could see people happy, like yeah. Other people looked like they could have been fighting, but I don't know. Maybe they was excited, like how people do when they get excited. You know what I mean? I couldn't tell, but all I know is that from then it was a done deal and it was all over.
It was in North London as well, wasn't it? That's the thing about it. It was in North London, so we had
dangerous
everyone,
back then.
Yeah, they want to come to North London.
So you done that. You had the clash with So Solid.
Yeah.
So all this is now accumulating, this kind of way of thinking. Everyone's now got this in their head.
Yeah.
So it's all building up. At the time, everyone's bookings are still getting better and better and better, and more and more money's coming in, and more success is coming along. Then the next step that happened was Destiny's Watford.
Yeah.
So we was playing as Pay As You Go in Destiny's in Watford, and Yous turned up. We was playing for maybe 90 minutes. Yous was late. But when you turned up, it's like everything had got to a point of we can't take it any further, because we was kind of the thing with Pay As You Go, which was good, is that we could smash the dance really good for
10-15 minutes.
Yeah, for a quick burst, because it's you go at it hard and then it's just it just levels out. Do you know what I mean? So in 90 minutes in there, we'd be
it levels.
It's bad. Do you know what I mean? And then you come in.
Yeah.
So run us through how that all kind of come about, because I mean, I was there, I was the DJ again. I remember being you was trying to take the record off the deck and I was putting it back on. You know what I mean? And we was having this backwards and forwards with the Master Step Shoe melody.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right. That's exactly right.
But was you join man, you were calling our names out before that?
In the dance?
Yeah.
On the radio?
No.
Oh, in the dance, definitely.
No, not in the dance.
Yeah, no, you know what it was? That one was funny because...
And there was the Birmingham before that.
That's right.
We was a bit late, but outside was a madness to get in. Basically, it was roadblock outside. And I squeezed in and got in probably 15-20 minutes before the guys.
I wasn't that long. And about 5 minutes.
The boys, I don't know. It seemed like 15-20 minutes while I was inside. While I was inside for the 15-20 minutes, I heard you drawing man out again on the mic. But these that weren't in there yet, so I'm at the back and you don't know I'm in there. Yeah, second I'm in there one up like a ghost. You get me? So I'm hearing you drawing man out. Oh, Rob, Heartless don't come up soon. We're gonna take their money. Rare. And I'm thinking to myself, are you serious? Am I hearing things? And I'm hearing a couple more things. Oh, them man there, they wanna come. They're late. They don't wanna turn up. Rare. So I'm thinking, okay, scene. So it's got to the stage where it's bubbled me up a lot now. Then I've run up onto the stage, but again. Just how timing works.
Right. For us, from our side of things, it was that was the first time we'd encountered something like that.
Yeah.
We'd never experienced something like that. We was wow.
Shocked.
Yeah.
It's the first time that we had been in a rave and something had been against us. Because up until then, it's we go everywhere, smash the place.
Yeah.
We're in a place and people are saying dead when you say Pay As You Go. It's shocking. Do you know what I mean?
Wow, yeah.
So, I mean...
Definitely.
So you got in the building, you say you heard some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't actually record that, but I'm going to listen to the recording later.
Yeah, listen.
From our side of things, it felt a bit like what you say about the So Solid thing. It felt a little bit like a setup, because it's we get there, we do the show. You turn up late, we're doing the show, and it's what's going on here? We've been playing for over half the amount of time that we should be. Then you come on, then all of the madness happens. All of that happens, and then we leave because there's a drama, and then straight away the set's released. It's so we clashed, the promoter seemed to know yous, then the set gets put out, and it's this is kind of we got set up.
Yeah.
Is that how it went down?
Nah, nothing like that.
We didn't even know
we didn't know it was recorded.
Yeah, we didn't know nothing about the promoter at all. We just heard that, that set's out on CD. We're is it?
Wembley Market.
Usually
For
our
sale.
sets never get put out that quick. We're how did this set let's go out on CD like that? We was baffed of how that happened.
They set both of us up.
Yeah, we both.
Yeah. But obviously they liked it because of the hype, because they know themselves. They've never seen anything like that. You know what I mean? The only thing they see before that is a So Solid. You know what I mean? Basically, and they've got that on video.
Yeah.
One day they might let that off when they feel.
Have they got on video as well?
They've got that
That's
on
on
video.
VHS somewhere.
That is on VHS.
that.
The Heartless Crew versus So Solid in 2000 is on VHS, and that is. I haven't even seen that myself.
I would like to hear and see that the So Solid one.
I would love to.
I've seen it. We also in it.
No, I didn't watch it that day.
Back in the days, we see it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
So we had this thing, Pay As You Go versus Heartless Crew, and it was a massive thing in the industry now, because our phones was popping off. Do you know what I mean? It's now from our side of things, and I like to always be truthful about everything. Do you know what I mean? Is that it caused a bit of confliction inside our own camp now, because what it is that some of us was against it and some of us was into it, and some of us was like, look, this is gonna mess up some of the business. And other people was just it was a bit of a hype
ego,
do you know what I mean? So now we're in this kind of situation where it's like it's gonna go either way.
But before all this, wasn't the Page You Got MC slating us on radio?
No.
So this is what happened next, is that all of this happened, and then we was having some kind of internal kind of conflict over it. We was backwards and forwards in. Some of the people was like, let's squash this. Some was like, we're not having it. Do you know what I mean? And then I turned on my radio for our own station on a Sunday, and then heard all of the bad stuff going on. Like it was basically like a retaliation, but on air. Do you know what I mean?
Straight. Which was 2 hours against Heartless.
It was 2 hours against Heartless.
Which went being the grime format.
Yeah, and it probably went quite a few steps too far. Do you know what I mean? Being truthful, like people's families, everything was getting drawn into it. Do you know what I mean? Now, the thing after this was really bad, was that the very next day, bookings started getting cancelled. Like everyone's bookings was like, actually, there's a lot of trouble going on in the scene. And then police started getting involved, and it was like, oh, actually, all of these crews and stuff is like a problem.
I don't think that was off the back of that though.
So I mean, I know that like within the next week we probably got about 10 gigs cancelled because it was like everyone was
because it got buried.
Yeah,
because it got buried. Everyone thought there's no point us playing anymore. We're rubbish.
This is how Grime started. When we buried Players You Got for Destinies, and the man went to the radio.
Let's not get carried. I'll call up a few of the man and see if they want to get back together.
Nice.
You can see how the clashes started. Energy.
It's him. Set it all up. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. It's
thanks for having us.
Good interview. Yeah.
Respect,
man. Bless up.
Bless.
Geeneus on Rinse.